Welcome to another episode of Reading with Pak Steven. Well, boys and girls, I have some sad news for you. Ted has not found his way back. So it's just you and me today. And I have one of my favourite stories. And you might have had it before, maybe. And the story is called John Brown, Rose, and the Midnight Cat. And the story is by Jenny Wagner, and the illustrations are by Ron Brooks. And this is Rose. There's John Brown. I can't see where the Midnight Cat is, but can you see the two kookaburras up in the tree? Let's begin. It's a little bit sad, just warning you. Rose's husband died a long time ago. Now she lived with her dog. His name was John Brown. John Brown loved Rose, and he looked after her in every way he could. In summer, he sat under the pear tree with her. Can you sitting down there, making sure she's okay? In winter, he watched as she dozed by the fire. All year round, he kept her company. "We're all right," John Brown said, Rose. "Just the two of us, you and me." Oh, he really loves her, I think. Look how much he's giving her a big cuddle. One night, Rose looked out the window and saw something move in the garden. "What's that in the garden, John Brown?" she said. John Brown would not look. That's what he did. What's that? "Out there," said Rose. "I think it's a cat." "I don't see any cat," said John Brown. "I'm sure it's a cat. Go and give it some milk." "There's nobody there," said John Brown. But that night, when Rose was safe in bed, John Brown went outside and he drew a line around the house. And he told the Midnight Cat to stay away. "We don't need you, cat," he said. "We're all right, Rose and I." See the line? He's saying don't cross over that line. The next night, Rose saw the Midnight Cat as he slipped through the shadow of the pear tree. "Look, there he is, John Brown," she said. "Don't you see him now?" But John Brown just shut his eyes. Rose sighed and packed up her knitting. Then she wound up the clock, put the milk bottles out. John Brown followed her. "I'm sure there's no cat," he said. Do you think John Brown's a little bit jealous? But Rose saw the Midnight Cat often after that. Every night, when John Brown was not looking, she put out a bowl of milk. That's nice for the cat. And every night, when Rose was not looking, John Brown tipped out the milk again. Uh-oh. "You don't need a cat," he said. "You've got me." One night, the Midnight Cat jumped up at the window and rubbed his back against the glass. His eyes were like lamps, and his fur shone against the ragged sky. "Look, John Brown," said Rose. "Isn't he beautiful? Get up and let him in. No, said John Brown, and he pulled the curtain shut. No, I won't let him in. The next morning, Rose did not get up. John Brown waited in the kitchen for his breakfast, and nothing happened. He went to see what was wrong. I'm sick, said Rose. I'm staying in bed. All day? Said John Brown. All day and forever, said Rose. Why do you think she's saying that? John Brown thought. He thought all through lunchtime, and when supper time came, he was still thinking. An hour past supper time. He went back to Rose and woke up her gently. Will the midnight cat make you better? He asked. Oh yes, said Rose. That's just what I want. Oh. She was playing it tough with John Brown. John Brown went out to the kitchen and opened the door, and the midnight cat came in. Then Rose got up and sat by the fire for a while, and the midnight cat sat on the arm of the chair. And purred. Wow, what a lovely story. I hope you enjoyed it like I did. Well, that's all for today's Reading with Pa Steven. I will see you next time.